What's going on? Hey, there's already a few people in here. Look at that. And my phone rings. The goodest tool. What's up, Keith? I guess I'd turn my phone on silent. No, it was a tool that some distributor gave me, and I was messing with it. I like it. I mean, I'm not going to buy one because I have a full-size Autel, but it's the Maxi Check. I thought I'd harp on that for a second. Hey, Kuba. You own the goodest tool? You own your own brain? I feel like the goodest tool is my brain sometimes. Half the time I only need a scan tool. No, I did get this thing. A distributor sent it to me. I didn't pay for it, so I gave this away. This tool is owned by Jason Gainey. He's a subscriber on the website, and he won this tool on the website. It's like $200 on Amazon. The link is in the description. But it's the Maxi Check. So I've used it for like 2 months now because I've owned it for like 4 months, and the distributor keeps telling me I need to make a video, and I keep telling him I'm going to, and I finally got all the filming done, so I was supposed to ship that thing out like 2 weeks ago, and I just haven't had time. Hope it's not a launch. That tool has been letting me down lately. Really, Philip? I still use my launch every day. I mean, I use a lot of OE scan tool stuff too. But I mean, this thing, for like $200, it reads codes, reads and erases codes, does graphing of data. It does a lot of relearns. I've done a bunch of steering angle resets. I registered some batteries on some BMWs. I did some ABS bleeds on a bunch of GMs. I did a rear parking brake, electric parking brake service set up on a Volkswagen. The distributor told me that the DPF, like the regen, is kind of weak, and I got it to work on a Duramax, but I couldn't get it on a 6.7. It wouldn't start the regen. But yeah, like Gaston, it's not like a full scan tool. It doesn't have like any real bidirectional controls, active test, but it does do a bunch of bidirectional like resets and relearns. It does those. It does a lot. Like I did ABS bleeds, battery registering on some BMWs. I did just all kinds of. It was doing a bunch of steering angle resets. It even did it on the Hyundai, but I couldn't get the launch to do one time. But anyways, Philip Xander says wouldn't do a battery registration on 2 completely different vehicles for the launch. Different scan tool. Gaston says, what scanner are you shilling today? Yeah. No, a distributor sent it to me for free. So this one, Jason Gainey one, this is his scan tool. And he's in here. I just seen his name. There he is. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Anyways, this is Jason's tool that he will get one day. I've owed him this tool for like, I think, 4 months. So I'm sorry. But you'll get some cool stuff with it. I'm going to send you this tool and then some other stuff. Yeah, Gaston, it's a maintenance tool. If you've got like a lube tech in your shop or something, this is what you want to give him. Because I didn't do a whole bunch of battery resets, but everything I read on it was, I didn't do a whole bunch of oil resets, but everything I read on it said that was its major strong suit. I did go in, it did have, on a W207 and a W211 Mercedes chassis, it had the oil resets in there, which are the ones that I seem to have issues with on other tools. And then Land Rover, I had it hooked up to a 2011 Range Rover with a 5-liter, one supercharged, one not supercharged. I had like a 2011 and a 2012. It had the resets for those, and it had some airbag stuff in there, like suspension airbag. But it does do like airbag resets also. Keith says, define lube tech. No, I've been talking about needing to do stuff with it and it just keeps sitting in the van. Every time I need to do a reset, I usually just like have the launch hooked up and do it. But then I keep forgetting to break that thing out and use it. So the last week I used it the whole freaking day. Every time I needed to do a reset, I went and grabbed it. All week last week. Dung says, have you heard about Caulk Master X reset airbag module without removing from the dash? There's lots of companies that do that, and I don't plan on ever doing that or getting into that. All it takes is one more wreck after you've reset the airbag module when it was supposed to be replaced, because service information says to replace it. All it takes is for one accident after that and the airbag doesn't deploy. Even if it wasn't supposed to deploy, you're at fault. They're going to sue you. I'm not even interested. I will program new ones, and that's about it. If somebody else installs new one, I'll program it, no problem. Right, exactly what he said. Remember that most firing circuits are designed with an airbag module to only fire once with 100% certainty. And even that isn't 100% certain, because I have lots of times that airbags should have deployed and they didn't. I recently, like right now, I'm still doing some information on it. We're waiting on parts to come in. That 18 Yukon, that was a disaster. The retractors blew, but the airbags, the seat belts don't lock, or they still lock. You can pull them out fine, then you pull hard, they lock, just like a perfectly functioning airbag. But the retractors blew, and they set codes. So, I mean, those went and didn't do anything. I mean, they probably blew and protected the moment of impact, but normally they're supposed to stay locked or something. But they're working just like there's no problem, except for the retractor blew, so it's got a code and the airbag light's on and the internal resistance is too small. Yeah, Gaston, not doing the used airbag module thing, not happening. And then I don't know if nobody's asked yet, the raising the dead part of this. So, like for the last 4 or 5 months, I've been working on trying to find a way to bring back Nissan computers from failed flashes, because I get inundated with a lot of people that try to flash a Nissan and fail, and it fails halfway through and it kills the module. Matter of fact, Keith Fraley, from a buddy from Louisiana, had one happen not too long ago, and I never got a chance to tell him to send it to me, but I have 11 modules here at the house that are all smoked, basically. They died during programming, then they were no comm afterwards. No communication with them at all. And I've brought all of them back to life. I finally figured it out. Oh, they're made to release, Keith? I thought they were supposed to stay locked once the retractor blew. Because these have a pyrotechnic retractor. Like not just the pretensioner buckle, but actually the belt side. The retractor in there, I thought those were supposed to stay locked. But these ones, they pull out fine and they lock hard, just like they work exactly like they're supposed to. But the pyrotechnic retractor pretensioner exploded. Yeah, Kuba, I'm down. Don't want to be involved in that. Anyways, it's one of those things where this is not a tool that I would recommend to, like, a full service technician to use in replacement of a scan tool. But if you're looking for like a secondary scan tool to throw in a car and reset oil and stuff, this might be a good option. What other modules are prone to fail permanently during programming? BMWs if you're using a J-Box, and GMs if you're doing early Class 2 models without pulling the splice pack and jumpering and using a slower J-Box or setting debug mode. There's like a lot of things you can do to flash a J-Box, to flash a early Class 2 GM with a J-Box successfully. I've done a bunch of them. Matter of fact, I don't even own a Tech 2 anymore, but I do a lot of those. And I don't have any problem with it so far. And I have this set of things that I do, and I have very good success with that. But bringing them back to life can be done with a Tech 2. But Nissans, it's just, they're so particular when you're flashing them with the NER software that they are prone to failure with very small margin of error on those. Keith says they only fire the fork to engage once tension release. The fork falls back to allow belt to function again. I believe I made a video about it. It was going to release a while back and never did. See? Failure. It's all your fault, Keith. We wouldn't even have this conversation if you released the video. And for anyone listening to this afterwards, the Fazio is in the chat. I'm not talking to myself. But yeah, so I have brought the 11 that I have stacked here back, and it's this style. It's the ones that have this type of plug-in, the dual plug-in. They look like this. I've got just piles of them around. This one's super clean. This one's not. This came out of an Xterra, and this came out of a Sentra. Oh, I've got piles of other ones I'm working on right now. I'm preparing this Chrysler one. Oh, got a Ford one. Got a TCM on a Chevy, Cadillac actually. Got a PCM on the same Cadillac, or same style of Cadillac. Oh, we got ABS modules on Fords. Got another huge box of them back there. Anyways, Dung says, I have the ADS 625, J2534, came with a capable like Bosch MasterTech. Yes, Dung. Jason C says, what's up? Been watching Dave Corsi SRS airbag on YouTube. Hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, I think that's spelled correctly, Jason. I have the newest stable version of NERS. If anyone needs, requires a login, so if anyone needs it and can use the newest version of NERS, they have access to download it, because you have to log in to use it. And Keith says, yes, it is capable as the MasterTech VCI. Kuba says, DeCourcy is amazing. He was amazing, yes. Dave DeCourcy has passed. I believe he had cancer, but he did some amazing class where I could tell. I never had the honor of taking one, but I've heard they were very, very good. Heard his style of teaching was great. Gaston says, we flashed a few different cars using the Autel J-Box, no problem. I've used the Autel J-Box too. Keith says he has a Jeep full of modules, and I mean full of old modules to play with. Probably upwards of 150. Yeah, I probably have, I don't know, I threw them out for a long time, or I didn't even take them from shops for a long time, but then shops were always asking, do you want these, do you want these, do you want these? And as I started getting into EEPROM stuff, I started taking them. So I think I have about 30, maybe 35 modules laying around. I have 11 of these Nissan modules that are all pretty much the same as that. I need to rip them all apart and look internally and see if they all have the same stuff, but yeah. But that was my raising the dead comment. I just thought I'd let you guys know that if you have a dead Nissan module that looks something like this and has this style of connector, at least at this point, I've got to get some newer model ones. They don't fail as much, so. Welding Junkie says, Keith, is the Autel J-Box compliant now? Question mark. I thought you might have said it wasn't at one point. So, Autel claims that their J-Box meets the J2534 standard, and from everything I can tell, it meets the J2534 standard. So the word compliant is kind of difficult. I think what you're talking about is verified. So a device can be compliant, and that's the manufacturer of the device has ran it through the testing and determined it is compliant to the J2534 standard. Now, a manufacturer can validate certain J-boxes. So like General Motors offers validation. So a J-box manufacturer such as Autel or DrewTech or Bosch can submit one of their units to them with a rather large sum of money, and that manufacturer, GM, will take the device and run it through all of its testing, its validation testing, and will say, yes, this device is validated by us. So Autel did get its first validation, and it was actually from Nissan. So if you go to Nissan's Tech Info website, which I'll do real quick, and I'll just bring it up on the screen and I'll show you, because I had to change this slide in my J-Box class because I found it interesting and I wanted to put it in there. Let me see if I can zoom in here. transition this over. So this is on Nissan's website. Like right now, I'm on nissan-techinfo.com/J2534. If you scroll down the front opening page of after you get into JBox programming, Nissan has tested and validated the devices listed. The listed devices. Nissan does not recommend the use of any other J2534-1 device not listed here. And as you can see, the Autel Maxi Flash Elite model, that's the smaller form factor, with firmware version 3.01, is validated from Nissan as a compliant J2534 device. So that is sorry, my wife's selling our lawnmower. Where was I at? Anyways. So yes, the Autel is now does have one validation from one manufacturer that I'm aware of. Alright, Alan Peterson says, "Hi Keith, are you still making laptops for programming?" I never was making laptops. I was doing some hard drives. And I am not doing that anymore. I am farming it all out to Isaac Rodell. If you look him up on Facebook, Isaac Rodiesel, he works, he's got a company called, I think, NC Auto Rescue. I can't remember, I think that's the name of it. But if you get on Facebook, you can find Isaac Rodiesel, R-O Diesel. And that's who you're going to look for. Do I know where I can learn about Immobilizer EEPROM? It takes a lot of scouring of the internet, basically. Keith says, Mexico, lots of training there. That's true, there's lots of training in Mexico and a lot of EEPROM stuff. Gaston says, never heard much about Launch JBox, anyone using one. The Launch JBox is a rebranded Cardac unit. So if you buy a Launch JBox, it is the same as buying a Drewtech Cardac. Kuba says, talking about Automechanica Mexico, right, DeFazio? And I think that's what he's talking about. Welding Junkie is correct. If you get on Facebook, you get on a couple of any of the groups, professional automotive technicians, JBox groups, any of that stuff, and mention you're looking for a laptop, and Isaac Rodiesel, people will tag him. He is the person. Matter of fact, my links to my training are on all of his laptops. But Isaac probably has 50 laptops in stock. He can customize them however you need. He's got a system set up for that. I literally don't have the time. I think it would take way longer from me. Yeah, the Cars event once a year is another one where there's some EEPROM stuff. Alan, no problem. Hey, Peekaboo. Let's see. Interesting. So I bought the Autel Maxi IM508. So far, great unit, speaking from EEPROM. I haven't got a chance to try any of the Autel/RO units that are EEPROM. I know RO name has gone away. Now they're just Autel. And they were the same company. I mean, it was Autel making them. I haven't got a chance to try them yet. I'm using a CarProg and an Albright's. I just haven't. I don't know enough about it. I don't do enough of it. I'm not the person to ask about EEPROM. Pico ATG say they would consider holding a class if they could find 20 to attend. Did you type that in the wrong spot, Keith? But, anyways, I thought I'd get on here. Artful tell. Anyways, thought I'd get on here for a little bit before I head over to the website, doing part 8 of the advanced application of fundamental electrical theory on the website. Dung says, bought IM608, but sad it doesn't code for Mercedes or BMW, but excellent on programming key. Welding Junk says they're great to copy keys from the XP scanner when they have one with the IM508. So it's very easy to use. Oh, you're referring to Picoboo. Gotcha. There's Oz. DeFazio does. He has a secret love for Autel. He just doesn't want to tell anyone. He has one, and he says he doesn't use it, but we all know he uses it. He loves it. I'm getting nasty text messages here, I bet. Yeah, as much as Eric loves Dorman. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright, guys. I'm going to get going because I got to get ready for this class. We're doing, like I said, part 8 of the fundamental class on the website. So if you like some of that training, check out this website here. This one, yeah, that one right there. The www. Am I in front or behind of that? Oh, I'm behind that. Yeah, www.l1. Yeah, you guys can read, right? That's hard to do. It's so off. I don't know. Anyways. All right. We'll see you guys later. I got to head out and get ready for this class. Have a good one.